So these are the chords to stay away from, the most boring chords ever that everyone uses all the time now in the charts and have been using for years. So basically, like E minor, C, G, D, just so dull, and then transpose into any key. Chord 1, minor 1, 6, 3, 7. I think Hello is an awful song. It's just the chords are so bland. It's once again using that age-old 4-chord progression. Boring chords ever, just so predictable, just about as lazy as you can get. I'm just amazed it's so popular. I don't know why it's so popular. I just do not get it. Melody is dull, chords are dull. Like the chorus to Hello is basically All of Me by John Legend. So you've got that which obviously is incredibly dull. And then you got I hate it when people play this. It's the most dull thing ever. Just meaningless. Like, All of Me seems horrible. Why is that popular? I just don't get it. It's just utterly dull. Listen to Your Heart by Roxette. Which have pretty much exactly the same progression and the same rhythm. 4-chord progression, the usual boring. It's gonna go. It's gotta go. Where's it gonna go next? Of course, ye old hideous favourite. Chord 1 to 5, minor 6, 4. So 1, 5, minor 6, 4 chord progression in music, which is so overused. Laziest forms of songwriting ever. I tend to find now that in the charts, particularly, people will just get the 4 chords going, the usual set of dull chords, just push the button and it'll all go, and then just record some bland, soulless vocals on top. Everything's very shallow now, and I just think people aren't daring that like they used to be with songwriting. I don't think people are treating it as an art form anymore. It's more like just lazy and cynical, just to get money, and it's just very depressing. I think 20 or 30 years ago, a lot of songs now, they would never have charted, they would never have made the charts, and I actually think, to be honest, someone like Ed Sheeran would not have succeeded 30 years ago. Certainly in the 80s he would not have made it, because his songs aren't strong enough. The melodies aren't strong enough, they're just not good enough songs. They would not have charted. If you compare the charts from, like, say, the mid-80s, even early 90s, I just think they were much stronger. The songs were better, and you had to be really strong as a writer and performer to actually really succeed, to actually do well in the charts. The other most famous progression, of course, you can go either from 1, say like in F to C, D minor, B flat, and then the other version is starting not from the first chord of the set, but you start from chord 3 of the set and then go minor 6, 4, chord 1, and 5 from the original set. So now you've just transferred it. You can either do the major version or start from the minor chord of the set. So those are the 2 favourite chord progressions that people use now. Obviously the most bland sort of chords you can get, really. I mean, sometimes I do like those progressions when they've been changed or made different, you know, when someone's done something different to them. When someone's given them like a variation or made them more interesting. Like I've always liked I mean, even though that's basically based on those 4 chords, the usual set, I still love the sound of the change. It's a bit like Don't Stop Believing in a way. I just like that top pattern. I think it's because it's suspended first on the second chord. It makes it a bit more interesting, and that's like a minor 7 sus4 as well, like sus11, minor sus11 on that one, and then even that's more like it's like E sus2 or E6 sus2. So that's nice. I think that makes it different and more interesting. So I really like that, and that's by that's Dance of Fools by Shadow Gallery. So I think that's a really good variation on the usual chords. I know lots of videos have already been done like this, demonstrating how similar and copied other songs are, but I'm still surprised how popular they are though. So if they're so copied, why are people still buying them? Why do they sell so well? Why are they so successful? I just don't get it. I don't see why people aren't bored of these songs that have all the same chords in, the same melodies. You have to go right back in time to find people not stealing, or just being different with things and being a bit more daring. If you go back through the charts, you'll find the songs were much more intelligent many years ago. There was a lot more skill involved in songwriting. I think people cared more about songwriting being an art and an actual craft rather than just setting the 4 chords off, singing bland rubbish over the top. I mean, now you're lucky to get a bridge in a song, or a middle 8, or a middle change in a song. Now it's literally just same old rubbish over and over again in any particular key. So yeah, it could be A minor. Whatever, still the same old rubbish. Or the major version. Always the same try, basically. I think people will be fed up with it, but yet people still say, isn't that great, isn't that amazing when a song like that comes out and they get millions of views on YouTube and it's just loads of likes. Like, why? It's not good writing, doesn't show any particular skill. If you think of a classic songwriter like, say, Elton John or Billy Joel, their songwriting is more like a craft. It's a proper art, where you can tell that they're really seriously trying to create something special. They're really sort of, it's obviously really sincere, genuine writing, and not just sort of bland imitation. And for me, this is not an age thing. It's not being older that makes me dislike all these songs and artists so much. It's just because they're so bland and generic, and there's no daring to them. Often they're just stealing, blatantly taking from other people. There's no originality. No, they don't even use different or unusual chords. I mean, people are always using just major or minor chords pretty much the whole time. Just almost nothing different. I mean, why don't even like suspended chords would be different? Even something like that, or a 7th, or a 9th. Okay, just something different, just to add some kind of a different colour or flavour to the writing. You just don't really get it now. In good songs of the past, you'd have, you know, a proper intro, a catchy, clever intro, and then a really good verse to the song, strong verse with a build-up. Then you'd have like maybe a pre-chorus section. Now you don't even get a pre-chorus. You'd be lucky to get any kind of bridge at all in a song now. Usually it's just the same chords, low vocal range, low vocals for the verse, then the same chords for the chorus, just with a higher notes used for the vocal for the chorus. But before you'd have a proper intro, verse, bridge, strong chorus, then a repeat, verse, bridge, chorus, but then you'd have a middle bit as well, a completely different section of the song just to give it a completely different flavour and say something else. I suppose a lot of kids now and people growing up would not have heard these older songs, so they wouldn't even know that the new ones are taken from them, you know, that people have stolen from them, because obviously you have to be older, of a certain age, to even probably be aware of it, unless you've really checked out a lot of songs from earlier periods. So I mean, that's one thing, but it's still annoying when you really know about music, when you really know about the charts and songs, and then you hear someone just blatantly stealing something, and then people are saying, oh, that's so brilliant, isn't that amazing? You think, no, it's just lifted, nothing special about it at all. It is frustrating. The trouble is now, I think a lot of music in the charts is basically quite ugly. There's not much beauty in the charts, not much, there aren't many nice chord progressions, nice, you know, beautiful melodies, things where you think, that's beautiful, you know, you hear something, you think that's sort of, you know, gets to you or gets under your skin, sort of moves you in some way. Everything's so kind of almost like anti-beauty now, sort of like trying to be cool or sort of that with attitude, but without any depth or saying anything. I find it really depressing. Actually, you listen to a lot of the stuff in the charts, and it's just nothing different. That's why I like Looking for Myself by Usher. I think it's one of the rare songs in recent times, in relatively recent times, that has a nice melody to it and actually nice, tasteful chords. It actually has some kind of atmosphere to it rather than just blandness, sort of predictability. And also, I love We Are the People by Empire of the Sun as well. I think that's a fantastic song because it's so drenched in atmosphere. It has it has real magic to it, and the chords are quite unusual. It has some nice, different, kind of special melodies to it. Has beauty, has a kind of depth and beauty. Not just a typical kind of song that you get now in the charts.